Welcome to another Collage of Health video. Today we're going to talk about meditation, and I'm going to start by sharing my first experience as a meditator. It was back in 1996. I went upstairs to use the bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet, and I had this, what could be called a samadhi experience of utter bliss and peacefulness. I was just sitting there. It was just a routine day, and there was silence. And then I had this feeling I'm still here. And then I had this another blissful, silent experience to come out of it and say to myself, I'm still here. And then it happened one more time. And I later went to a party and I was telling someone at the party about this experience. And he started laughing and saying to me, oh, wow, your most profound experience was on the toilet, So I'm like, yeah, actually it was. Over the next, I don't know how many years, 1996 to 2024, many, many years later, I've had quite a few experiences as a meditator, but none as profoundly as that first one. And they talk about the beginner's mind, keeping the beginner's mind, because there's something magical that happens when we first start to meditate. I don't know where you are on your path. If you're like me, you segue in and out of different periods of your life where you're really dedicated to the practice, and then other times where you're less dedicated. So this video is for anyone out there who may need a boost to get back on to the cushion, the meditation cushion, or to those out there who might be very new to meditation. So some of the tricks that I've noticed with meditation, especially when I've gotten out of the habit, is to just give myself some slack and have no expectations other than I'm going to sit routinely every day. So the only givens are I have it set up for the same time, the same place, and the same things around. Maybe like a candle. This is actually a ghee candle. So this is for like a Trateka meditation. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. But you might have, a deity around you, like a Ganesh or a picture of Mother Mary or Jesus or the Buddha. So you might have something around you that helps you feel that the space that you've created is sacred. The next thing I do that really works well for me is I don't set a timer, I set a stopwatch. So there's no expectations other than turn that stopwatch on, and when I'm done, turn it off and log that time. So let's say I sat for 2 minutes, have a little journal and put that 2 minutes in there. The next day, do the same thing. Maybe I sit for 10 minutes. And then over time, I can look and see the progress that I've made. And if you're like me, I tend to be competitive with myself. So I'm going to try to push that envelope, but it's an internal push rather than an external push of you have to sit for 20 minutes today, which can be a grind. And then when we put pressure on ourselves, sometimes then we're less likely to sit and we break the habit and then we're out of the habit. The next thing that really helps me is to use some type of technique to meditate, be it looking at a candle, like a Trateka candle, using a mantra like a Soham, or peace, just repeating the word peace, peaceful, I am peaceful. Or you could do something like watching your breath. So when I watch my breath, years ago, I went to a workshop and the presenter talked about a really simple process of breathing up the spine on the inhalation and breathing down the spine on the exhalation. Simple, watching the breath coming up the spine as you inhale and down the spine as you exhale. Sometimes using these techniques help get us into the flow And then after that, we can just let the technique go and just sit in this spacious awareness of the bliss feeling. Once we've cleared our mind and the brain waves kind of go to a space of peace and calm. I forget the name of the brain wave. It's a beta, delta, alpha. I forget those brain waves, but I think you know what I'm talking about. When you get in the zone, so to speak, when you're exercising. The next thing that helps me is it's often talked about watching your thoughts. But I think what happens is we watch the thoughts that we've had and the storyline that we've created with those thoughts. So thoughts can be like just a primary thought, but then they often morph into a longer thought, which becomes a story. And then we watch that and we think, oh, there I go again with that story. Instead of watching the thoughts that you've had, see if you can watch the thoughts that you're having. And when you try to watch the thoughts that you're having, you can't, because your thoughts don't actually want to be seen and observed. So when we take a moment, so do it now, just close your eyes and see if you can watch your thoughts. And I can bet that you probably haven't seen too many thoughts flow by that mind. Because when we watch the thoughts we're having, they don't like to be seen, they shy away. The next technique is just watch whatever comes into the mind's eye by the self, by the awareness that we all have within us. So what I mean by that is you sit down and you're super distracted by the lawnmower next door. Tune into it. And then you hear a bird, tune into it. And what that does is that keeps you in the now. So when we watch the externals, the sensations inside or the senses outside, it can be its own process of meditation and mindfulness. I'm just going to quickly talk about something I learned. I often would do like a candle meditation where I would just glance at the candle throughout the years that I've meditated. But when I was in the Ayurvedic Institute's program, the health counselor program, we learned about what's called the Trateka meditation. And I really love this meditation. I actually just had surgery on my eyes, and this is a meditation that's super helpful for your eyes, and it provides that focal point. So you put some ghee, which is clarified butter. This is from Banyan Botanicals ghee. You put it in a little container, and then you get these ghee wicks. You can get them online. I got these through Amazon. You put the ghee in the candle and you stick the wick in. You light the candle, and this ghee really works to help your vision, your eyes, and it also provides that candle focus for the meditations. You look at the candle as long as you can without blinking, and it provides this soothing support for you from a mind, body, spirit perspective. Thanks for watching today. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know.